Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
Look, 2020 has proven to be the year of many things, and the same for 2022. But if you're a small business, this could also be the year you switch to a better payroll. Gusto wasn't just built for small businesses, it was built for the people behind them. Their online payroll is easy to use. Gusto can automatically calculate paychecks and file all your payroll taxes, which means you have more time to run your business. Plus, Gusto does way more than payroll. Gusto helps with time tracking, health insurance, 401ks, onboarding, commuter benefits, offer letters, access to HR experts. You get the idea. It's super easy to set up and get started. If you're moving from another provider, they can transfer all your data for you. It's no surprise that 94% of customers are likely to recommend Gusto. And here's the best part. Because you're a listener to this podcast, you get 3 months totally free. All you have to do is go to gusto.com/compliance. That's gusto.com/compliance. I'm telling you, you're going to love Gusto. Get started today. The Daily Compliance News for September 22, 2021. The Bribes in India edition. And we begin with that story from The Wire. Once again, another first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News who reports that Amazon has opened an investigation into alleged bribes paid by its legal counsel to Indian government officials. The allegations were brought forward in a whistleblower complaint which alleged that amount of legal fees paid by Amazon had been funneled into bribes paid by one of the or more of the company's legal representatives. The report quoted an Indian official saying there is a zero tolerance towards any form of corruption as far as the Indian government's concerned. Good luck with that one. The report also noted the company's senior legal counsel has been put on leave while the internal investigation takes place. This local legal counsel, along with another independent lawyer from Delhi, are alleged to be the focus of the investigation. Amazon, of course, says that it has zero tolerance for the bribes being paid, so potential trouble for Amazon. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, Rohit Chopra, President Biden's pick for the CFPB head, moves towards Senate confirmation. That's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and he's poised for approval by the Senate over the coming days. Senate Majority Leader said he would start a process to bring the nomination to the floor. The expected vote, likely along party lines, shows how the agency created in the wake of the 2008-09 financial crisis has become a flashpoint. Obviously, the Republicans don't want anyone in who will protect consumers, but they're probably not going to get their way this time. Next up, FIFA, of all people, has actually sanctioned the Hungarian Football Federation over racist behavior by a number of its supporters during a World Cup qualifying match against England. FIFA's disciplinary committee took into account the seriousness of the incident, which included racist words, actions, the throwing of objects, lighting of fireworks, and blocking of stairways. Hungary will play its next 2 home matches without spectators, and the second match being suspended for a probationary period of 2 years. And our final story comes from Yahoo News, which says that the U.S. State Department has sanctioned 7 Central American officials over alleged corruption. The State Department's adding 7 perpetrators to the United States undemocratic and corrupt actors list. This list, maintained by the State Department, is used or rather accuses the magistrates of undermining democratic processes and institutions by accepting direct appointments and also appeared to have broken the laws in several different countries. The White House previously announced it was considering such a move. So the State Department also can be involved with anti-corruption enforcement of an administration, and we see that with this move by the State Department against these Central American officials. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.